Hello and welcome to another episode of Invalid Entry, and welcome to my infinite recursive maze. It's Saturday morning and here we are recording on the sofa because we like to lounge around on Saturday morning. Anyway, today what we're going to do is we're going to do some more snow effects today, but we're back in Pygame. I've set up a brand new script here. It's just got the standard imports, some imports at the top for math and random. It's got our normal initialization of the arrays. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to do lots of snowflake coming down the screen, like a flurry of snow coming down. There's a couple of ways you could do this. You could create an animation or a bit of snow, then tile it, and that's probably the most performant way, especially if you're going to be doing other games. But I actually want to animate every single flake individually and make it a bit more natural, try and make it as natural as possible. So I've actually got two arrays set up, background flakes and foreground flakes. The first thing I'm going to do is add a flake in. So these are going to be arrays here and of coordinates, and the array is going to basically say it's going to be, I don't know, 250 across, and it's going to start at 0. And of course, remember, as you go down the screen, the numbers get bigger. It's inverse to what you would expect a bit of graph paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw. So basically, for flake in foreground flakes, draw, or rather rect, which is part of draw, is from Pygame.draw import rect. Rect takes a screen. It takes a color, which is we're going to put 255, 255, 255, and it takes a rectangle. So rectangles are a little bit different to coordinates in that what they are is they're going to take flake 0, flake 1, and then it takes the width and the height. And I'm going to do 4 by 4. Keep it nice and easy. And that's just going to draw a little box right in the center of the screen there. There we go. Very boring. So what we actually want to do is we want to manipulate that flake, and we're going to use math choices for this a little bit. So what we're going to say is that the flake 1 for the height is equal to random.choice, and here sometimes it won't go down. These will be an array. Sometimes it won't go down the screen, and sometimes it will go down the screen, and sometimes it will go down by more, up to that sort of thing. So we can sort of pad out how random this is all the way down the screen. And we can run that there, and you can see it's beginning to go down the screen in a bit of a stuttery process, but it is random, which is nice. Now what I want to do is actually say, well, will it go across screen? Oh, there's another thing I want to do here. So if flake 1 is greater than the height, then what I want to do is just to reset it to 0. So it's just, once it gets to the bottom, it just loops around to the top in a nice infinite loop type thing. Whoa, just wait for that. I was waiting through to make sure that works. One of the challenges are, what if we're doing this properly, and I stress doing this for fun, I'd actually write a system which calculates all the flake coordinates, and then I'd render them separately. And I'd be able to unit test that, because I could actually test the coordinates, whereas because I'm doing it in the loop where I'm actually rendering, it makes it much harder to actually test. There we go, it's got to the bottom. Went back to the top, very nice. Now to make it go across the screen, what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to have a set of raw choices, and these choices are going to be between -2, -4, -3 to -2, -2, -1, -1, -1, and then lots of noughts, 4 noughts, and then I'm going to repeat that pattern going backwards. So 3 1s, 2 2s, a 3 and a 4. Okay. So when I do random choices, basically it's more likely to pick something from this range than it is the bigger ranges. So you can use this combination to sort of weight to make like bell curves of how much it shuffles. So flake 0 is plus equal to random.choices choices. Run that again. Oh, this here. So I put an S there. And you can see now I'm beginning to get a stuttery effect down the screen. So we're beginning to get snow. And all I have to do now is, if I want lots of snow to scale this up, is do for I in range. Let's have 100 snowflakes appear on the screen. Append, I don't want them all to be in the same place. I want it to be around, so random.randint, and I'm going to be naught and width. and random.rand int naught and height. So we should now get through. One more thing, now I've done this, I also need to just check if flake naught is greater than width, then you want to say flake naught equals flake minus equals width. The reason for that is if it goes off one side, you want to put it round, but it's gone off by more than one because it could have moved by 4 pixels across. Then I want it to be in on the right, I just want it to be on that border. And the other option is I also got to be careful. It might go off the left-hand side, not just off the right-hand side. I didn't have to worry about going off the top because it can't go back up the screen, but I do have to worry about it going out. So if it's less than 0, I'm going to add the width on again. So it will appear on the right-hand side. So we have a bit of a loop going on. And there all of a sudden we have snow drifting down. Now one of the things you can do, if I just go back here and take out the screen for a moment, so it doesn't fill the screen every time, you begin to get traces down the screen. So you can see there actually are all independently sort of drifting down the screen like snow. You may have noticed I actually did background flakes as well. So what we're going to do very quickly is we're actually going to add some background flakes. And the background flakes, I actually want more flakes in the background, probably about 150. You really, if it's twice fire, you should really have like 4 times as many flakes. But I don't want the performance to suffer too much, and I also don't want it to be overkill on this one. So the background flakes are here. I'm going to copy this block of code here and just paste it in again. For background flakes. And here, I'm not going to do it 255, I'm going to do it 200 on the colours. So they're a bit less bright, they're a bit further away. I'm also going to make them only 2 pixels by 2 pixels. So they're actually going to, a 4x4 area is 16 pixels. So it's going to have a lot of brightness. A 2x2 is only 4 pixels. So it's actually going to be a quarter of the area. Oh, I left the thing off, but there you can see they appeared in and they're going to shuffle down. Now, the background flakes, let me put the screen floor back in, shouldn't really be moving at the same speed as the foreground flakes because they're further away. Talking about the parallax effect, they shouldn't be moving at the same speed. So all I can do here is just take out some of those big options there. And here, I'm also going to divide that random.choice by 2, just to mean that the background flakes are now drifting slow. You see this one's been overtaken, these are auto-taken. And that just adds that effect of that the snowfield has a bit of depth to it. You could add another layer on, or you could stagger more layers. I don't think it's worth it too much. I think you begin to get the effect of snow coming in. The other thing you can do is you can add the effect of wind. So what you can do here is you can say, well, wind equals 0 for the moment. And on each loop, we can say that the wind is a random.choice. So the wind is, I don't know, -2, -2, 1, -1, -1, -1. Lots of noughts. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. So what this basically is, it's biased towards the right-hand side and the left-hand side. And when we're deciding about which way across it goes, we can just add the wind on. Like that. And I'm going to divide the entire thing by 2, not just that. And on this time round, we're going to add the wind. So there's 2 random numbers being added together. When we actually run the flakes, when you do a choice, it has to actually be a list inside the first argument, so you end up with these double bracket things going on. What you now end up with is there's a very distinct drift over to one side. If you were tiling this and making it rotate and having people run across the foreground, you might not want to do that. But again, it just adds the bits to that randomness, adds that bit of effect. That's where we're going to leave it today. I hope you all enjoyed this. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to try actually doing some snow pile drifts and then maybe doing some edge detection and putting this back onto the original advent calendar. That's it for now.